Okay, so welcome to an episode of Movie Fun. So, as you can see here on the screen, I'm in the middle of selecting characters. So, I'm pretty excited because I just got this guy. I guess his name is Swoop and Fishbone. I was calling it Spiny earlier, and I'm like, I don't know what this thing is, but Fishbone. Super excited. Yeah, because, just there's no telling when you can get these random characters. So, but this one I'm totally excited. But the one that I really want is that little baby ghost or whatever the heck it is. So, but yeah, Fishbone, totally cool. So this is gonna be like first time using it. So, yeah, right now I'm just playing the free roam because free roam is a lot of fun. So I know the meta is supposed to be this, the baby boop, but I don't know. I'm not really super into it. Like I really like this thing right here, the Toon Thumper. I mean, at first I was like, "What is this?" And then kind of grew on me. So I'm gonna select this thing. Oh, and also as you can tell here, well, okay, I can't point to it, but like, where it says Toon Thumper right there underneath the selection, there's like a little sticker. Oh my gosh, too bad I did not record that. And maybe I will try to do it over again, but that sticker was well earned. It was from the Donkey Kong, what is it, area, like the slopes. And yeah, you had to I mean, it was just hectic just trying to get to the P-switch. And then it was like this crazy thing where you had to jump and then do wall climb. Like, see, again, as a newbie, like, all that stuff's hard. So anyway, I'm gonna play with this guy because this is my first time. I was super excited. Look at this. It's like, wow. One thing that is interesting is, okay, so I am a newbie, as far as like, just playing video games in our modern era. But actually, when I was younger, I used to play video games. I remember video games back as far back as the Nintendo, the NES, back when they were like plastic cartridges that you like inserted into the device, but Super Nintendo was the console during the day, and man, so I mean that was, and I remember playing N64 a little bit as well, but Super Nintendo was it, man. And it's amazing to see the evolution of gaming, really, the game itself and gaming as a genre. I mean, it's amazing because, well, I think because games essentially, started during my generation, right? So, I'm a millennial. I'm an old millennial, but but I'm a millennial. So it essentially grew up with us. So, we learned the technology as far as like how to create these games and everything else. So it's like we kind of also fine tuned it to like what makes sense to us, right? I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but let's see if I can get that. Okay, like why is this fishbone eating like, stuff, right? It's it's like you're so skinny. We're gonna have to try to feed this guy so it could gain some weight. So, so what is the fishbone? Like is that the inside of what are those, like those fish, right? The red fish. I forget what they're called. The cheeps, right? Yeah, because I mean, arguably we can say, okay, like the dry bones, right? That's like the skeletal remains of of a Koopa Troopa, right? So like, what's the remains of this, right? See, but I can't, like when I'm looking at this, right? So let me see. Oh, well, yeah, you could see the face there. I mean, that does not look like a cheap. So I don't really know what it is, right? Yeah, but it's super cool. I like it. Yeah, but anyways, I remember this character like floating around in like the water, you know. Yeah, it's so, but it's really cool to like, see this game kind of, or like the franchise of Mario Brothers kind of grow up and just evolve like visually too, right? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, so as I mentioned, I am a newbie. I mean, because I am just relearning this, man. I mean, not that I was like ever really a great gamer or anything during my youth, but I enjoyed video games a lot. And I remember Super Mario Kart. That was like the first iteration of the racing game that we're playing right now. And yeah, and I remember there were just 8 characters, and it was just all flat. And you really just concentrated on, just trying to race through a map, and it's nothing like this. I mean, of course, there is that aspect of it, when you play the Grand Prix, or if you just play time trial, like they still have that aspect. But I'd like to say that just the feel of this game, just by doing the free roam, like the developer spent so much time on just like making this game, revolve basically around this notion of the free roam. At least I think so. I mean, everything about it is just like amazing, like the detail, the fact that you can even go into the worlds like at this depth, right? It's just amazing. Yeah, and it just feels like a different game too, which is great. I like it. I mean, I've heard, things. I thought I could grind them. I mean, I've heard different things like online, right, where they would talk about how, oh yeah, like I don't really like this game because, it doesn't really feel like a straightforward racing game, But that's not in keeping with Nintendo's brand, is it? Like if it just keeps to the same thing over and over again, that doesn't, like Nintendo's known for innovation. Like even back in the day, back in the day when I used to play, the Super Nintendo system, yeah, like their games are known for innovation, you know. Yeah, the fact that they can make, just they were able to build on like this theme of cuteness, but it's still so very interesting to us even as adults. Yeah, because there's only so much that nostalgia can do. Because I mean, okay, yeah, like definitely part of Nintendo's brand is the nostalgia factor. In fact, you see it very much so with the fact that they recycle a lot of their characters. Like it's pretty amazing to see the Hammer Brothers. I'm like, what? And then a lot of these other characters that you've seen in like these games, like a lot, like because a lot of them are like from Mario 3, I think, and Super Mario World, So, oh, did I get this? No, I think I got it already. Yeah, I've been pretty obsessed with trying to get the Peach coins. I remember when they used to be Mario, like Yoshi coins. See, that was Super Mario World, huh? See, I know. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure there have been people, okay, where, okay, especially when you've come from that era of like flat games, right? And you're just like, man, I want to get into that background. See, look, see that's this spiny thing, this fish bone does not look like a cheap. What are the cheaps? But then again, like we don't really know, right? Yeah, see, I can't. No, I feel like the facial structure, like the bone structure, would have been much more round, in my opinion. Okay, but anyways, yeah, I don't even remember what I was talking about. Maybe it's a good thing, right? Yeah, maybe it's a good thing. So let's see here. Okay, so let's see. Overtake Shy Guys in an upper. I think I did this. Oh, but you know what? I don't think I was able to complete it. Okay, so get rid of that feather because that's like unnecessary. Yeah, I wasn't able to complete it. Yeah, this is like, yeah, some of these P-switch challenges are like pretty hard, you know? Yeah, they're challenging, yeah. But it's good, you know? I really feel that the one thing that I really like about the free roam is the P-switch challenges, because it really does help you to become a better driver, I think. You know? So I think in this case it's like, okay, like work, oh shit. Oh, I mean, whoops. Yeah, but let me try that again. Oh, man, I messed up. So, okay, let's see if I can go back and do that. So I think in this case, like what this really challenges you to do is like use your resources correctly, right? You're not just using it willy-nilly, like you're using it like when, you know, based on like, you know, so for example, I'm like, okay, well, I can kind of drift here, and then let's see if we can use that, and then I'll use a mushroom, you know? So it's like you have to kind of strategic. Look at me, that was me, like back when I was alive. See, but I still don't believe it. Like the facial structure is just like way too narrow, I think. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess like it just really depends, right? Yeah, Nintendo. Okay, where is it? Where did the P-switch go? There. Wait, no, I thought because it was blue. Okay, and there was a blue Yoshi. Like they're all messing with my mind here. Oh well, it's not a big deal if I can't find it. I'll find it again eventually. Oh, there. But yeah, I think they really do. It encourages you to explore, but I think it also encourages you to basically explore your skill set and just get better. So I like that. I like it, even though it is frustrating. Sometimes, I think just like with this one, for example, I just had to step away from it, man. I was like, man, this is getting like, okay, I don't know. Okay, well, okay. Okay, I think I messed up there, but, yeah. Can I borrow your speedboat? Right? You know what's funny? Like I noticed like some of these like extra characters, right? Like the Shy Guys or whatever. Like why are they so big? Has anyone ever thought of that? They're like, why are they so big? Why can't they just be normal looking, you know? Okay, see, am I like really strategizing this like correctly? I don't think I did. Watch. It's like gonna be barely there. Come on. See, if I had just one more mushroom. You know, I bet you have to like do some weird thing, right? Where I have to like jump over some okay. See, I'm like messed up there. Okay, so I'm gonna go back because I'm like way, okay, hold on. There I am. Okay, so I'm like way, look, this is where I started, like, or did I start that? See, I don't even know. No, I think I was like around here. I don't know. Yeah, oh my gosh. Okay, so I was pleasantly surprised with this area because there were a lot of like interesting little like crevices that you can like get to just by you know, going on the pipe and stuff, like, you know, grinding and whatever. I mean, I won't visit here yet. Okay, maybe I will. but this one is actually quite fun. I mean, it doesn't, I mean, you know, I guess like playing it itself like as a race course is pretty fun still, but I thought it was much more interesting as as something to explore. Yeah, because there were like just a lot of like things going on, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's amazing. Like back to just like my experience, like just with gaming, right? So You know, again, as I mentioned, this was when I started playing video games. Oh yeah, I was just like I was a kid, right? You know, so just coming back to it as an adult is, yeah, it's pretty interesting because I thought I would never get back into it, you know. You know, so, you know, now kind of just getting back into it, you know, as an adult. Yeah, the reason why, like, I kind of shied away from it for so long, you know, is because when you grow older, you know, and you get to this phase where you're like, you know what, I want to try to explore different things, right? So exploring different things doesn't simply mean just like traveling, although that can be it, and I did a little bit of that actually, right? And just getting out of there, but like you're also getting out like mentally, culturally, right? So yeah, for the longest time I kind of just associated like gaming with like just this childish kind of thing, you know. And I think there's still a lot of people like, and I would like to say maybe older people would still find that to be the case. But I think the good thing about just again just being like a millennial is like we grew up with this. So I feel like it's among our age range, it's like perfectly acceptable to indulge in video games and say like, yeah, it's okay, you know? Yeah, but it's weird. Like we kind of grew up with this stuff. It began as a childish or, you know, like a childhood thing, and then, you know, kind of grew up with us as well. So like an adult hobby, it kind of grew with us as far as like it being like an acceptable hobby, so to speak, right? See, but I think it's good too, you know, and this is just kind of a good point to bring up, you know, explore different things culturally, you know. Don't like if you're still like young, right? Okay, I'm gonna ruin their camp out, you know, they're homeless. Dude, because it's like, okay, they're not, that's not a campsite then, they were. And what? And what? Yeah, look at this area. It's like, yeah, they're homeless. Yeah, get out there. Like, there's more to video games. I think it's fine to like have video games as part of your culture, but also like read, you know, travel, like do other things, like yeah, learn about the world, and you know, I think it's good to have that as well, so you can. Okay, so yeah, I don't even know how to wall climb very well yet. That's one thing I gotta learn, but yeah, like that. If there's anything, definitely, you know, try to expand yourself. Oh man, I think I could have I could have like did a grind on that. Yeah, see, so now I feel kind of like it's okay. Like I think just being my age and playing video games again, because it's like, well, you know, kind of I've stepped away from it, kind of gone through things and everything. So yeah, yeah, it's a great way. Like another thing I was just kind of thinking about with video games is just like a really great way to just kind of unwind, without like having to like, you know, feel like you're straining your brain, you know. Because sometimes, okay, so for example, reading, you know, that's a very intellectual activity, you know. In fact, it's like one of those activities that human brains aren't really primed to do, okay? Because it's like you're doing so much, like your brain is engaged in so much like activity. You're trying to, you're looking at basically symbols, and then you're trying to transcribe that into like essentially what is this idea. It represents ideas, so like that's a lot, you know. See, but video games, see, the thing that's really great about video games is the fact that it's not completely as mindless as people may think it is. Yeah, because you're still you're actively like problem solving. It's just, I think it's not, it's just in a very different way, you know. Maybe it's a little more low key, maybe because there's not as much in stake, right? Like You know, for example, survive the spicy fire piranha plant gauntlet. Like, okay, let's say I don't survive it. I'll be fine at the end of the day, right? Right? You could leave it alone, basically, you know. But you're still problem solving because again, you're just trying to find like the best way to like complete this, right? Okay, let's see if I can complete it. Okay, and I did, yes. Yeah, so that was cool. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay, now I'm gonna totally led me into another P. Oh, that's so cool. I love how this looks super industrial. Yeah, that's one thing too, about like these P's, these P switch, like, okay, let's prepare for that. What is it, challenges, is the fact that it just kind of leads into each other, right? Okay, so prepare, prepare. Yeah. Oh my, ooh, stupid electric thing, whatever that is. Okay, so we're gonna retry.